it is important to note what Matt said, which is that this is a new strategy to turn Christians against Jews. And it is one that, as someone who's been engaging American Christians for 20 years, has been kind of stunning to see. And this brings me to what Tal said. I do think we need to do a better job of engaging our Christian friends. I've, in the past 2 years, some of the most moving experiences that I've had, really since October 7th, just traveling around the country, has been in Christian communities. I've spoken to evangelical Christians in Little Rock, the first time at Little Rock. I know you find that hard to believe. And Raleigh and Dallas. I went to Dallas soon after October 7th. I was hosted in a Christian home. There was a large Israeli flag hanging from the home. I live in Manhattan. You don't see a lot of large Israeli flags hanging from homes. But I remember a moment, and at that moment, it inspired me to think about that experience. And I remember how maybe a year or two before that, I spoke at a Christian private school. The chaplain there, who's a Protestant minister, invited me to come speak. And this is St. David's School in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I had an amazing time there. When I was there, their basketball team was playing their rival, which was, I think that team's name was called Warriors of God. I did ask them how you root against a team called Warriors of God. Let's crush those Warriors of God. But after I spoke about Judaism, about the Jews, about the history of the Jews, a woman came over to me and said, "You're the first traditional Jew I've ever met in my life." And it wasn't the only time I've heard that. And that's kind of crazy, if you think about it. Especially, as was said brilliantly by my fellow panelists, considering all that we as Jews owe so many of the millions of Christians in this country. Justice Scalia used to say, the late Antonin Scalia gave a speech at a graduation of one of his children, where he said that one of the platitudes you hear at graduation is, which is untrue, is we live in unprecedented times. He said there's basically nothing that's unprecedented. I think he said something like probably at like Priam High School in Troy or something like that. He said the speech was, we live in unprecedented